How's it going, folks? And welcome back. It's episode number 99 of Park 2 Primera. Today, we have the end of the 2030 World Cup. I realised that yesterday I said the 2028 World Cup. No, I've lost track of what year we're in this Football Manager save game. Does anyone else get to that point where you're always going back to your club profile screen and then you're counting the number of dots on the history summary, trying to work out how many years you've played? Maybe that's just me. No, it is 2030. It's the World Cup. We're in the semi-final. We're taking on Portugal today, and hopefully we're going to be in the final at the end of that match and go into that immediately after this one. Hopefully we are going to end this series on a high. Portugal, though, a very formidable team. They are ranked 5th in the world ratings. Of course, the other teams in the other semi-final of Germany and Holland, two other kind of massive nations when it comes to world football. It's going to be pretty tricky. It's not going to be one of those years where Saudi Arabia make it to the final of the World Cup from out of nowhere or Scotland win it somehow. If we want to win it, we're going to have to beat some very good teams today. And well, speaking of Portugal, their key player is Nuno Mendes, who of course is a very, very good left back. In real life, you won't be able to sign him anymore in Football Manager because he's gone to PSG on loan, and I think they're going to buy him as well. He is a very, very good player. And in fact, when you look at their team, it is a little bit of a mess, perhaps. João Felix not available today. Ruben Dias also suspended. So maybe an opportunity to knock them out. If we just look at their best players, in terms of value, João Felix is up there. Of course he's up there. It's João Felix. He's very good. Elsewhere, they've got Mantu Peteus, who is a player who, if I'm not mistaken, was playing for Real Madrid a few years ago. Yeah, indeed he was. Signed for 105 million. He's a good winger. I do feel like we have better wingers out there, though. And I realise I've gone into this game not actually planning my own 11 particularly much. Maybe I should do that now because apparently Calderon is up front, which is not what I'm going to be doing today. Of course, with player fitness becoming more and more of an issue, you can see here, when I hit quick pick, just doesn't pick a very good 11. So we're going to have to do a little bit of a shuffle ourselves. I was really, really happy with how we played in our previous game. So I don't want to change things too much. But for example, Mascaros, who came on off the bench and had a real impact, I think has almost earned the ability to start this game. Elsewhere, we've got to get in Jose Ramon down the middle. Mateo, I was going to say I'm going to rotate him. I'm not going to rotate him. I'm going to rotate Garcia here. That might seem a little bit odd. I am concerned about these fitness levels. I feel like the further you get into international tournaments, the more of a mess kind of match fitness becomes. So whilst there's players like Moura, Pedri, Garcia, even Balde at left back, and Pablo Torre, who have played a lot for us, I think I am going to still rotate the team a little bit today. What that does mean is Racing fullbacks are on full show. Perez is going to play left back for us. Pedro Porro is going to play right back. In the centre, it's going to be Pau Torres, who has been kind of our backup centre-back this year. Maybe lacking a little bit of pace, but what he lacks in that, I'd like to think he makes up for in experience. The midfield, though, very, very strong by comparison, and we're going to persist with Ansu Fati. He's not scored in the World Cup yet in 5 appearances, one of which was on off the bench. He has 1 assist to his name. He also missed a penalty against France, but maybe today's the day he turns a corner. We're going to submit this team and see how we get on. I don't want people to think I'm overthinking things by rotating the team like I am. I just feel like it's really, really important to do that through a competition, especially an international one in FM. I feel like prioritising condition, especially when there's not a world of difference between your best player in a certain position and your second best. If a player's marginally worse, I'd always pick the marginally worse player on full condition rather than the slightly worse player. Anyway, looking at their team, Conseil Sal playing out on the left-hand side. So a familiar face there that we're going to have to be wary of. He had a very, very good season for Racing, kind of at club level. Of course, he also was pretty heavily involved in the Champions League final where he got an assist. Hopefully, though, today, he's not going to be showing that for them. We'll see how we get on in this game. As I mentioned, they've got a couple of pretty big players missing today, have Portugal. So I kind of back us. I feel like we go into this one as favourites, dare I say. Of course, when we took over, Spain had not got out of the Euro group stages. So we're looking to really go beyond what's ever been seen in, the last 8 or so years of Spanish national team football. That's a very good start, isn't it? We've scored from a corner. It was Gurajaga whipping it in, and it was Mateo who, the youngster, making his kind of big splash on the international stage at 21 years old at centre-back. He kept heading it over yesterday. Today, he's decided he's learnt how to head. And, well, he puts us ahead in this game with 30 minutes gone already. Of course, if we do lose this game, we still have the 3rd, 4th place playoff. So no matter what happens here, there will be a second match. I would say now, if we have to do a 3rd, 4th place playoff, that would be the saddest way to end this series. So I'm going to hope that we can get ahead in this game and hold on to the lead. Because we are, or I suppose, already ahead in this game. But further ahead would be nice. Pau Torres. Bit of a microscope on him, perhaps, because he is maybe one of the more dubious picks for this game. Oh, my word. Jose Ramon, Fatty, round the keeper. Jose Ramon is having one of the best World Cups in recent memory that I can remember any of my players having. What a ball through that is. Ansu Fati, that's why we've persisted with him up front. He does have the ability to do some really special stuff in the match engine. You saw it there, Mascaros to Jose Ramon. The ball was weighted superbly, and Fati just dances round the goalkeeper, slots it away. 35 minutes gone. Spain 2, Portugal 0. And we've got another highlight straight away from kickoff. If we get a third, I'm going to be running on the pitch and knee sliding. Could not have asked for a better start. Considering that in this competition, we seem to constantly start slowly. We seem to constantly be a team that just don't really get going until half-time. This is what we want to see, although we do need to just remain composed here, as we're going to have some defending to do. Conceição's efforts blocked by Pedro Porro. I love the fact that in some of these knockout rounds, we're just getting to see more of the Racing players. It's like we're getting an extra farewell. It's like we've had the main TV series. These are the spin-off movies at the end, the longer special episodes. And we've got the recurring characters returning once more. Anyway, we are 2-0 up in this World Cup semi-final. There's not been that many highlights. I'm kind of okay with that. In the other semi-final, Germany are beating the Netherlands 1-0 as well. Guruzhaga is struggling for fitness. Now, normally, I would not even consider taking him off after 60 minutes. But I do feel like here, it's kind of necessary. So we're going to make a change. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Capsy, I think, to play out on the right-hand side. And then what we'll do is we'll move Guruzhaga. Oh, wait, I've done this wrong. I was assuming that Guruzhaga's on the left wing, which, of course, he's not. So what I want to do here is I want to take off Guruzhaga and keep Mascaros on. That makes sense. My instinct was Guruzhaga's at left mid, so we'll take him off. But no, of course, we've rotated things around today. So Mascaros is going to stay out on the left-hand side, and then Capsy is going to come on the right-hand side for Guruzhaga. Jose Ramon is struggling, but I think I'm going to play him here. Mariba, I will take off the Gonzalo Villar. This guy is really consistent, loves important matches, very good in possession, which I feel like as we look to see out the remainder of this game, should be kind of an important factor in the midfield. And you know what? A little bit controversial. I'm going to just slow down the play a little bit here. Just try and save our legs. I don't feel like this is that important in FM21 in terms of actually helping player fitness levels. I know it's a really big thing that Sports Interactive have made a big deal about in FM22 is kind of, you know, having to micromanage your team a little bit more when it comes to pressing. Anyway, we've got a chance here. Jose Ramon to Mascaros. It's 3-0. It's done. Pack up your bags, Portugal. I was going to say you're going home. No, you have to turn up on Saturday for a match. But we, my friends, we're going to a World Cup final. And I don't feel like I'm necessarily even afraid to say that now. And, well, besides the France game, it's been quite straightforward. I feel like we've been very good. I feel like we've looked the better team in almost every single game that we've played. Defensively, we've been absolutely superb, which, considering when we took over the national team, the defence was definitely a bit of a worry area. I feel like the players have exceeded all set expectations. And Jose Ramon, I mean, that is a mental goal, isn't it? That is a mental goal. He is going to get World Cup Player of the Year, I feel like, if he can do this in the final. He has just been instrumental to everything that we do. From being a player who didn't even start the first game of the tournament, came on off the bench and had a crazy impact, to hammering home that, the misery compiler. I mean, that's mad. That is mad. Conceição, by the way, on a 5.8. Every single Racing player, except Jose Ramon, has bottled it at the World Cup. Pau Torres, he's almost got a 5th for us. It's very much turning into a rout. I'm just sat thinking, I've got one sub left. Who do I want to take off? You know what? I'm gonna rotate Fatty here and bring in Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo, very, very good in our team. We've used him on a few occasions as a rotation option during qualifiers. He did make an appearance in the group stage when we rotated things around. I feel like we just need to protect Fatty at all costs. And well, with that, we're through to the final. That was very, very straightforward. A 4-0 win. It doesn't really get much better than that. I think Jose Ramon got man of the match. You can see in the other game, Germany won 1-0 via a penalty. And, well, we are dominant, and we, my friends, are into a final that is going to be taking place in 5 days' time. Jose Ramon, 2 assists, 1 goal. He's been mad. He's been absolutely mad. 6 goals in the World Cup, 2 assists as well, both coming in that game there. And we are providing the surprise package. As I said, you think of Spain being this massive nation. Historically, this national team has been a team of bottlers over the last few years. We really are going up and up and up. You can see the world rankings now up to 6th. Well, my friends, we're into a World Cup final, and I feel like we really deserve it. We've been absolutely top draw. And we did it, rotating the team a little bit. So I'm pretty hopeful that we're going to go into the final with a relatively refreshed squad versus Germany's. Whether or not that is going to be the case, I suppose remains to be seen. Anyway, that game is in 5 days' time. We're going to get forward to that. Jose Ramon, you are beautiful. The final episode of Park to Primera, with matches at least, is going to end with the biggest match in world football. I'm so excited for this. Let's see how we get on. Okay, folks, here we are, 10 years of playing this save game, and it comes down to one final game, perhaps, as I said earlier, the biggest game in world football, the World Cup final. Oh my God, I just want to win it. I really just want to win it. Germany, in Football Manager, tend to be quite good. Their world ranking is 4th, as you can see here. Moukoko is considered their key player. He plays for Dortmund. Of course, we've got one of Dortmund's other strikers in Ansu Fati. The German national team is quite good, is what I'm learning here. It'll be interesting to see how they do. Worth noting, they're going to be without Kraus, who is, unfortunately for them, suspended for today's game. So maybe they can have a bit of an issue there. If we just look at their most valuable players, they've got this guy, Perry Carr. He looks good. This chap who you might have heard of, Kai Havertz. He's quite good as well. I do think alongside France, Germany probably are the other best team we've played so far in this competition. And of course, you should really expect that. They've made it to the World Cup final. And generally, if you're going to make it to the World Cup final, you've got to be quite good, especially with all the knockout rounds we've got to go through. If we just switch to a tree format here, you can see how we made it to the final and how they made it to the final. So, of course, Germany, you can see knocked out Peru, knocked out Italy after extra time, knocked out Uruguay after extra time, and then beat the Netherlands most recently. I'm hoping that those couple of games they had to play that went to extra time will come back to bite them here. As for ourselves, with the exception of the France game, it's been quite straightforward. 3-1 against Jamaica. Not against Jamaica, 3-0, sorry, against Senegal. That is really awful to read, isn't it, the chart? We then beat France, which I think my face is partially covering, so just it's behind me. We beat France on penalties. We then knocked out Wales, hammered Portugal, and for today's final, we should be just about able to go in completely at full strength, which is really, really nice. So I've got to do a little bit of shuffling here. I feel like we've managed the squad throughout the competition in anticipation for this, and I kind of look at the team now. We can have a ready and refreshed Garcia come into the team. Mateo had a bit of a sit-out previously. Midfield, Mariba and Gregera. Maybe a few players lacking a tiny bit of kind of match fitness, but generally speaking, we're in a really, really good position here. I want to play Porro, kind of from my own bias, out on the right-hand side, but he's not been very good at this competition. Capsi, though, by comparison, has been pretty reliable so far, putting in some good performances. So we're going to stick him, I think, out on the right-hand side. There's part of me that wants to play Mascaros because he's been really good on off the bench, but the issue is I am concerned about the match fitness. I feel like there's a balancing act here to do. Of course, up front, there's no real kind of contest for who's going to start as a striker. It is going to be Ansu Fati. He loves important matches. He scored against Portugal. Maybe he can get his second, heck, maybe even his third goal of the competition here. And of course, the man of the moment, really, Jose Ramon, whose current average rating is an 8.02 at these World Cup finals. Desperately hoping the man who apparently is inconsistent and hates big games is going to be able to do it in the biggest game in world football. But anyway, this is the team that we're going to go with. No messing around. Park to Primera has all led to this. And, well, this will be the final game. I want to believe we're going to end it on the ultimate high. It'd be a bit of I suppose, a bittersweet moment if we could win the World Cup, having lost 3 Champions League finals in a row. If we lose this final, what have we actually won at that point? I mean, La Liga 3 times in a row, I guess that's an achievement. But it doesn't sound as sexy or as good, does it, as a Champions League winner's medal or, heck, a World Cup win. I think that would be the ultimate high to end things on. Fingers crossed, touch wood, we're going to put in an okay performance as Kimmich is going to whip the ball in. Mariba heads it away. Bonus for us, amen. Who's going to say a prayer here as the ball is given away by Havertz, but he gets it back. Can Mariba now wing the ball? He can't. And now Shaqiri's in behind. He scores, but the linesman's flag is up. And I know what that means in FM21. That means that this goal is probably not going to stand. And we can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief, almost a bit of deja vu creeping in after the kind of goal that we conceded against France after 20 seconds previously. How close was it? That's probably going to be given as onside next year due to the lack of daylight. The goalkeeping was a little bit questionable, wasn't it? You know what? Is it too early to do a shout? Probably. I'm going to do a shout anyway. We've got to wake up, lads. Kimmich hits it. Simon holds on. And actually, we've done the shout and everyone's got like a nice happy emoji next to their face. So maybe I'm a genius. Anyway, ball forward here. Mariba has it with a little bit of time and space. Gregera out wide to Capsi, who he's done okay at this World Cup. He's not had a standout performance. Maybe he's going to have one here as Fatty's effort is blocked. That was a half opportunity to say the very least. I feel like this is going to be, well, I was anticipating this to be a cagey affair, but both teams having chances within the first 3 minutes. Maybe we're in for an extremely open game with both teams struggling a tiny weeny bit for fitness, I suppose. Given the long season that has kind of, come prior to this. Oh my word, that is a mistake. Makoko out in the wide area, one-on-one, hits it. Unai Simon, good stop. Who was that at the back? Someone had an absolute brain fart there. And it very nearly cost us. Apparently, despite the fact we've seen Fatty have a shot, we've not had a shot yet in this game. Maybe that's going to change here, though, as we're going to look to try and work the space and work the ball out from the back. Simon, big ball forward to Fatty, nods it down to Jose Ramon, who brings it forward and hits it. And given the form that man is in, I half expected him to find the back of the net there. It was stopped by ter Stegen, though. However, straight into another highlight. 14 minutes gone. It's highlights galore early on as Jose Ramon has it again. Edge of the box, hits it, blocked once, falls to Capsi. And Juan Capsi has a goal. Jose Ramon has an assist. And we are ahead in a World Cup final. That's exciting. I don't think, were we ever ahead in any of our Champions League finals? I don't think we were. I don't think we've ever been ahead in a big game, in a big final. That might change right here and now. Capsi, a little bit fortunate the way it fell to him, but he scores it. And I'm looking at their, I mean, I've paused the game and a highlight start, but I'm looking at their fitness. Makoko is on a red heart. They have run him into the ground in this competition. He is going to be struggling away. And while Katabach out in the wide area with Germany, I feel like given the way we've rotated our team, we should have the advantage the longer this game goes on. But we'll have to wait and see as the highlights just continue. I think this is highlight number 6 inside the first 20 minutes. I am still on key highlights. If you were worried the final game here was going to just be a 1-0 game with a single highlight, I'm afraid that's not going to be the case. Gurajaga's been gifted it. Fatty's through on goal. Difficult chance to Stegen. Unorthodox save. It isn't in the back of the net, so I suppose it's a good save. Fatty perhaps should have done a little bit better there. Gurajaga now over the corner. Whips in Eric Garcia header just over the bar. I mean, considering we came into this tournament with the expectation just to reach the semi-final, a world ranking, I believe it was outside the top 10 when we started things. We've climbed during the competition. We look really, really good. Like, really good. And, well, I'm hoping it's going to be able to continue here as 10 minutes left of the half. We have the ball in a deep area. Jose Ramon has a knock, but he's through on goal. He has an assist. He now has a goal. What a player. What a man. He never did it for Racing during this club season. Maybe I was using him incorrectly this entire time. Oh, my word. I mean, what do you say? What do you say? Bolde, big ball forward. Jose Ramon, he has a knock. He doesn't care. The finish, I think it went through the keeper's legs. Indeed it did. ter Stegen humiliated on the global stage. Spain 2 goals up here at Wembley. And straight into another highlight. I mean, give us another goal. Give me a game to enjoy to end Park to Primera. Let's end on the ultimate high. Makoko has a knock as well. This is a battle of attrition, it feels like at this point. Gurajaga, Mariba tries to get it forward unsuccessfully. And now Shaqiri through on goal. One-on-one. Simon, what a save by the experienced goalkeeper. 80 plus caps for Spain. He's grown up during the glory days of Spain, watching the Spanish national team dominate international football. Maybe this is the beginning of a new dawn. Maybe this is the beginning of Spain returning to the summit of, well, world football as Fati's through. Havertz hacks him down there. That's got to be a card, hasn't it? Surely. Indeed it is. And well, the set piece could maybe amount to something here as we now have a throw in on this near side. Jose Ramon, who's been at the heart of everything we've done in this competition. It falls to Capsi. It's 3-0. It's 3-0 in this World Cup final. I am having a bloody brilliant time. Jose Ramon involved again. This time it was Fati with the assist. And that decision to play Capsi out on the right-hand side is suddenly looking like a stroke of genius. The blocked effort by Fati, again, fortunately fell the way of Capsi, but he's found the bottom corner. We've not created that much more than Germany. We have just been super clinical in this game, and I think that's kind of been our brand this whole tournament. We take the chances that come our way. We're defensively very, very solid. I mean, Germany have had opportunities, to be fair, and Simon's been great. He may even be called into action again here, as Katabach has a chance to whip it, and he does. And again, Simon, not the most difficult of saves, but he's doing all the necessary business right now. Tries to get it wide to Gurajaga. Might even still have an opportunity here, as Gurajaga is looking for goal number 4 of the first half. On the near side, options in the middle. Mariba is the man. He hits it. It's 4-0. It's 4. I don't know what to tell you. I should have just turned this into a national team save like 4 years ago. I could have saved myself a whole lot of heartache. I mean, what a send-off this is. Gurajaga, great run down the left-hand side. A player who was a bit of a thorn in our side at club level, and to an extent still is. Inside to Mariba. He smashes it home. It's Germany 0, Spain 4. I mean, we've been the better team. We've not had that much more of the ball, but what a clinic we have put on here. The decision to rotate the team throughout this competition, I do feel like is paying out now. Like, if we just pause things here, players have had a chance to recover after half-time. You can see they've already had to take off Makoko with his knock. It's kind of mad. Like, the rotation is needed for them. And, I mean, what do you say? I mean, they can't come back here, can they? We can't bottle this. This is not a thing that could happen. I mean, it could. I'm not going to relax until we're 5 goals up, on my word. Simon, what a stop. It was offside. He didn't know that. He's made the stop necessary. Oh, it's 4-0. I mean, when we beat Portugal in the first match to today's episode, I thought, you know what, that was nice, but it can't happen again. It's absolutely happening again. Gurajaga has been pulling the strings. Our 3 attacking midfielders in this game have been absolutely sensational. Jose Ramon, obviously Gurajaga, and also Capsley. They have run the show. Fati's looked good as well, to be fair, even if he hasn't been scoring all of them and all the chances that come his way. I am still wary, though, which might sound mental to say as Shaqiri's through. Simon tips it onto the crossbar. I mean, what a game the goalkeeper's having. He's on a 7.4. He's now on an 8. That's how good. That save was so good, they gave him a 0.6 for it in the one-on-one. I will say, one of the best additions to FM21 this year, goalkeeper ratings. I feel like that's not discussed nearly enough. For about a decade of Football Manager, goalkeepers just can't have good games. Unai Simon is having the game of his life when it matters the most. A team that didn't make it out of the last Euro 2028 group stages, looks like they're on the verge of winning a World Cup. I want to claim some of the genius behind it, but let's be honest, this is an extremely talented team that's just been underperforming. We've brought in the Racing system, the Racing tactical DNA, not the player DNA. That's not something I would want to expose to any other team, really. It's worked wonders, though, as Fati cuts inside. Gurajaga, effort block. Mariba hits it just over the bar. We're looking for a 5th. You might think there might be, a temptation with what remains of this game just to not park the bus, but just take our foot off the gas a little. Mariba, oh my word, he very nearly scored a free kick from range. Absolutely insane stuff here. There's half an hour left. I mean, Germany, to be fair, they are having highlights. They are having chances. They may even have another here, but Simon catches it. You can't stop him today. He's on absolute fire. I think he's conceded, 1 goal in this entire competition? He's been sensational. And it could get worse than here. Fatty bringing it forward. He punished us in the Champions League final. Can he punish Germany? Falls to Mariba. Capsy looking for the hat-trick, of course, out on the right-hand side. I feel like I should probably be making subs or something with some tired players, but I'm just enjoying watching the players on the pitch perform as Simon makes another stop. I mean, he's having an insane game. This could very easily be 4-4. I don't think that is a kind of mad statement to make. Wow, the excitement's getting to me of this final match. Capsy, I want him to get a hat-trick now at this point, just to make me look even smarter. He's through. He should pull it back. He does. Jose Ramon, it's ended up in the back of the net. I think it's bounced off the defender. It has. It's an own goal. I think Jose Ramon should take credit. He's distracted them. Capsy as well. Nice little pull back. It's a disaster class for Germany. I kind of want to beat them 7-1. I'd like to believe the entire nation of Brazil is cheering us on here. But yes, that's not the prettiest of goals, but it has ended up in the back of the net. I'm going to take off Fatty. I'm going to bring in Calderon. You know what? Should we just bring on all the legends that we have? Pablo Torre, you know what? You can come on for Mariba. Who else here have we got? Pedro Porro. Come on at right back. All the Racing players, come on down. Get on the pitch. You can be involved in this fond farewell that we're giving FM21. Of course, just as a reminder, tomorrow we will have a big season overview episode, and then following on from that, we're going to have a sim into the future as well. So there is still a couple of videos from the Park to Primera universe to bring your way. Carr bringing it forward, hits it wide of the post. I mean, this has been mad, just as a World Cup. Like, I don't want to say this, because it sounds always big-headed, especially after I've bottled all the Champions League finals. I think we've played the World Cup really, really well in terms of the squad rotation, picking the right teams, making the right changes. There was a couple of games where, it was 0-0 at half-time and it wasn't really working out. And, very subtle changes, sometimes just personnel really as much as anything. And it's worked out wonders for us. I feel like we've almost had the perfect tournament. I mean, as I said, I think we've conceded 1 goal across 6 games. Is that right? 6 games? No, 7 games. We've been great. I mean, Bolde wants a goal number 6 as well, potentially. Dante, who was involved in the own goal, maybe makes small amends there as he gets the tackle in. Shaqiri, I've bigged up our defence. I really hope we can keep the clean sheet now with 5 minutes left. Be a nice little kind of, trophy, kind of moral victory, I suppose, to hold on to if we could keep so many clean sheets. Oh, my word. I mean, it's not convincing, but Simon has made the stop there. He's on an 8.5, this man. It's now an 8.6. He's bloody brilliant. 2 minutes left. I feel like the Racing players have come on and not a lot's happened since then. But that's fine. Jose Ramon, I mean, I think he's tired. I think that injury is actually catching up with him to the point where if it wasn't for the fact I know this is the last game he's ever going to be played in, probably would have subbed him off by now with the knock. Hopefully it's nothing too serious that the next Racing manager is going to have to deal with. Garajaga forward. Well, almost to Jose Ramon. It's been dealt with. Only as far as Bolde, 40 seconds left. I want a 6th. I want Capsy to get the hat-trick. He takes down the ball. Could he get his hat-trick? I mean, that's as good a chance as he's going to get, and he's bottled it. And I think with that, we can now officially say, I don't think they're scoring 5 goals in the next 10 seconds. And I almost feel like apologising. I'm sorry that we've played so well today. I'm sorry that it's not a more dramatic, bombastic end to the series, but it's a pretty cool way to end it, I think, with one of the most dominant World Cup runs I think I've probably ever had. I don't manage that much international football, but I do feel like we've done really, really well here. 5-0 in the final against Germany. A really good German side as well. Hoist that trophy aloft, lads. It's a shame that we never saw the green and white confetti rain down on kind of a continental or international stage, but you know what? It's not too bad seeing the Spanish confetti fall on an incredible, incredible World Cup run. As I said, this has been mad. We get the trademark cartwheel from Simon, who was sensational in this game. Probably won't get the credit he deserves in goal because of the fact we've scored 5. But he was absolutely mad. And we win the World Cup. We lift the World Cup, we win it. Simon did actually get man of the match with a 9.1. So, I mean, round of applause for that man. And apparently the whole of Spain is worshipping me, which I'm totally okay with. Oh my word, what an insane performance. Simon, 11 saves in that final. He was absolutely mad. Also, what was the Jose Ramon injury? I'm now curious. How bad was it? Oh, that's 1 to 5. He'll survive. Oh my word. Okay, Kepa has retired from international football. I don't think he was even in our squad. The Spanish FA are delighted that we've won the World Cup. You can see the World Cup review here. I mean, Jose Ramon got top goal scorer. He got 7 goals from centre attacking mid and left mid and centre mid when he played there. Absolutely mad. You know what? Fatty didn't get all the goals we needed, but I think it's impossible not to look at his kind of contribution going forward and the fact that we scored so many. He must have been doing something right. Otherwise, you probably, dare I say, don't win the World Cup. Anyway, I have all this Racing stuff to do, but that's not really what I'm here to hit continue for. I want to see the World Cup awards, and you can see here, Jose Ramon given the award of best player, 7 goals, 3 assists. That's a pretty good way to wrap up the series, I feel like, with him doing that for us. A redemption arc as well after I dropped him from the national team. Unai Simon, by the way, got 3rd best player playing in goal, which is mad to see. Jose Ramon did win top goal scorer, beat Kai Havertz by a singular goal. And in terms of Spanish players in the media Dream 11, or not the media Dream 11, the World Cup Dream 11. Ansu Fati's in there, Mariba, Gurajaga, Bolde, and Unai Simon. Gurajaga, by the way, was mad. 3 goals, 2 assists. I feel like that doesn't really do him justice for what he was doing in some of those games for us. There's all this Racing stuff coming through. I'm sorry, Racing, you don't know it yet, but tomorrow I am resigning from the club. You can see here the World Cup. Absolutely insane. 5 clean sheets for Simon across 7 games. Did he concede in another game and I'm forgetting? Oh no, I rotated him for the game against Nigeria. That's all. I mean, he could have had another one, but Fernandez played in goal for the Nigeria game where I rotated the 11. You can see here, though, what a run that is. I guess the closest game was the one against France, but just across the board, an absolutely kind of sensational run. Like something to actually be quite proud of, I think. I think that's pretty difficult to do in Football Manager, even with, you know, a team as good as Spain's. Like rotating the squad has to be perfect. And because of all of that, we're going to climb in the world rankings. I'd like to think we'll be a little higher than 6th once everything's up to date. But it's just quite a nice way to end things, I feel like. We win the World Cup for a 2nd time in the nation's history. We took over when the team was really down in the dumps, down in 15th. We've climbed all the way up. It's been a pretty good run. And as I said, this is the penultimate episode of Park to Primera. Next episode will be a season wrap-up. It's also episode number 100, which is quite nice. If there's anything specific you would like to see in that upcoming video, please do let me know. Additionally, we will be doing a video where we holiday into the future with a bit more of a spotlight on Racing and just see how they got on with things. Either way, folks, if you have enjoyed today's video, please do drop a like on it. Let me know what you made of our international performance. I think it's a pretty nice way to wrap things off. Really, really pleased that we could end on a little bit of a high. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for the kind of fond farewell and the send-off to FM21 and this series. And well, until then, it is me, Jack. Thank you for watching as always. I'll see you all next time. I'm out.